I just realized I didn't even have the camera on. What I'm going to want to do is tie this down so the coon doesn't tip it over before it gets in the trap. So I'm just going to tie some of that wire to that limb there. Try to get it as tight as I can. And run it around this limb. It'd be better to run it underneath that log, but I've got this other log pinching it, so I can't get to it. Oh, that tastes good. Now I'm gonna roll it over the top. Tighten down again. You use a lot of wire in trapping, at least for water trapping, or fox and coyote maybe not that much. Seeing as I got enough wire, I'm just going to run it over here again. Cut that excess off. I like to carry a multi-tool with me because, for one thing, it's always there when you need it if you put it back where it belongs. And if you forget your other pliers that either you have in your bucket or your pack basket or whatever you're carrying, you got a backup. You always want a backup of almost everything. So that's not bad at all. Now if that coon comes from the other way, then you just jump up on top, come over here. So what we want to do, if it does that, we're going to want to set that pan on this trap, this tip pan, so it doesn't drop this door too easy. Now if you have a box trap at home, you know how to set them. They're pretty easy. Some of them are a little different, but basically it's always the same. You just lift this door up, you just come over here and lift that pan up a bit, and there's a little hook on there that hooks that door. When the animal comes in there, steps on this pan, because we're going to have the bait in the back, steps on that pan, door closes, you can't get out. So I'm going to set that so if he jumps up here, that don't happen. Which means you're going to have to set it all the way to the back on your hook. Got to remember to put my trap tag on too. I almost forgot that. Okay, so now we're going to bait it. Carry my little bait bag here. It keeps everything separate. I don't want them in with my traps, because if a coon smells it, it's going to start digging up your trap, your footholds, and you might not get a very good catch on them, or you might just snap the trap off. Now, just take a piece of wood. What this is right here is my own homemade stuff, and I make almost always my own stuff. I might buy a little coyote urine or fox urine, but the baits and the lures I make myself, because there's just, in my idea, there's just no sense in paying, what is it now, $8 an ounce? I'm not really too sure. It's been a while since I bought any. But what this is minced clams and jack mackerel. You can use cat food. Cat food works great. But in it, I have bacon grease. Almost all my lures are based with bacon grease, because it keeps it moist. It doesn't let everything dry out because it's greasy, it won't wash away because it's greasy. And of course, bacon has a lot of salt in it, and that's a natural antifreeze. I don't add any salt to it. A lot of people add salt to theirs, that's fine. And here in Wisconsin, it gets darn cold, and this stuff, when it gets really cold, it will freeze, but it will still give off a really good odor. So I'm going to want to be really generous with this because, hey, I can make this up for, oh, well, $4 with the minced clams. You don't have to use minced clams, but it gives it a little more of a fishy smell. You're going to want to set that way in the back. And I'll probably set the trap. There we go, look at that. So now it's way in the back, and if he comes from this way, he might try getting at it. He knows he can't, so he'll hop up here, go in here, hopefully hit that pan. Really what I should do is I should tie that bait stick down to the back with another piece of wire. But because you want to keep him in that trap. If he comes in and grabs that and walks out without setting this off, well, then you're not going to have him. But that'd be pretty amazing. Yeah, I know they've got hands that can pick things up, but he's going to hit that pan. So basically that's it. Nice thing about these traps is unless you get a lot of snow underneath this pan, which ain't going to happen because it's all open, this is going to work in freezing cold weather and snow. You can get snow in there, it's not going to bother it. As long as it hits that pan, the door's going down, and you got them. I don't know if you can see this. Coon scat all over here. Of course, scat means poop, you know. For us trappers, trappers love poop, because wherever there's poop, there's animals, and that's where you set. So that's how you set box trap, pretty easy. Another way you could do this is, let's see, in January we can use snares. Now I don't know why we can't, but the DNR says that we can't snare coon. You're going to get gray foxes that come up here too, but you guys at your regulations let you snare coon. Especially with these sticks up here, you can just dangle a snare across here, and it's easy to snare coon. And snares will work in any weather. As long as it isn't so terribly windy it blows them down, sets them off, they'll work in any weather. So there you have it.